I'm the Nature Girl 30, and this is another mini Q&A. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me when it comes to these Q&As, and thank you for continuously sending me questions. And I don't think I have any Twitter questions this time, so let's get started with the questions coming from my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. The first set of questions comes from Final Limits. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Mariah Carey? Mariah Carey, she was an excellent singer. She still is. She's always been a diva. She's been a diva since the very beginning, and she continues to be one. But either or, she still made some really great R&B music. I don't listen to her music that much anymore. Her Christmas album is still awesome. You know, for those that like Christmas music, I'm not really a big fan of it. But either or, when I was younger, I listened to her music, and it was awesome. Why did Nick Cannon divorce that well, Mariah? I wouldn't call her a whale, but I would say that mostly I think it was in reverse. She kind of divorced him, or actually started the whole thing in motion because of things that he said on the air when he was actually on the radio, and that's probably kind of what set the ball going. But either or, I don't know if they reconcile or not, but I wish them the best. Is that okay? Is that old has-been hag still a diva after all these years? I wouldn't call her an old has-been hag, but either or, yes, she still is a diva. It's something that we've known for many, many years, and she has no qualms, no issues, no anything saying that she's not. We all know that she is, and she is over the top diva, like one of the original ones. One of the original ones. For my generation mostly. Did you ever see that hag Mariah Carey drunk on the award show a few years ago? I know that Mariah Carey, I did remember on TRL, she had a nervous breakdown on TRL, and for some reason she came out with an ice cream cart. She stripped down into something that was way too tight for her and started giving out ice cream. She snapped. They say it was because of exhaustion. I have no idea. All I know is that Glitter could have been better. I actually saw that movie. It could have been better. It could have been done a lot better than it did. And unfortunately, it caused her to kind of go downhill from there. But she ended up coming right back up with the Emancipation Mimi, which happens to be a really good album. So for those who are fans of Mariah Carey, my suggestion to you is to listen to that album by far. Is Ariana Grande a diva like Mariah Carey? Like that Mariah Carey and a Mariah Carey wannabe? I don't know if she's a diva. Everything is speculation. I honestly cannot have an opinion on her because I have not seen anything saying otherwise. All I know is that she is a pretty outspoken woman. She's not like her character Kat. She definitely does speak her mind, and she has no problems in doing that. But as for her being a diva, I don't know. There has not been proof in my face, so I can't make that assumption or that allegation, whatever. I can't say that about her because I don't have the proof. But yeah, great questions, man. Okay, I guess I probably did step on someone's nerves a bit, or touched a nerve, or whatever. Either or, I did piss somebody off, and this is from I Love Watermelons 525. I guess I pissed him off. Why are you giving largest 85 crap on Twitter? I saw your tweet and your reply tweet saying, "Come on, man. Why can't you say AJ probably wants to have sex with her husband?" Okay. And I am grown up, honey, and thank you for acknowledging that. I don't know what literally crawled up your butthole and died there. I have no idea, and I hate to be rude about it, but let's be real. If largest 85 isn't bugged out by what I said, you shouldn't be either, honey. And let's be real. Largest 85 knows I have a lot of respect for him, and if he had a problem with anything that I said, he has no hesitation to tell me otherwise, and I respect him highly for that. So if he's not bugged out, you shouldn't be either. Seriously. And I don't think he needs you to come to his defense. He's man enough to tell me when there's a problem. And I respect him highly for that. So you need to get down off your pedestal a bit and chill out. Have a soda, something to calm you down, and relax. Seriously. My next set of questions comes from Esco Compton. I hope I said it right. Esco Compton. What if the WWE gave Roman Reigns a heavy metal rock star gimmick, where he came out playing a guitar and shaking his hair up and down, like 3MB? That wouldn't work because Roman Reigns' character is extremely stiff. I can't imagine him coming out there like a rock star, having that really silly gimmick. There's nothing wrong with having that gimmick if it works. Like, it works for Heath Slater. It won't work for him. So, yeah, that would be ridiculous. Why do Brazilian and UK people call soccer football instead of soccer? I really don't know. I don't know the history of football, but I do know it was called football like centuries before it was called soccer. And I guess maybe it's out of a European tradition. Plus, it makes sense that you use your foot to move the ball along. So that does make sense. But now when you think of football, a lot of people think more of American football than they do with European football or soccer. But either or, maybe that's the reason why they call it that. I am not sure. I don't really know the full history. What does your dad do for a living? My dad is a retired cameraman. He actually did work for an international news affiliate for 35 years. And now he is enjoying retirement at home and doing the things he likes to do. And that's good. And I'm really happy for him. And I'm happy that he's finally resting. What if the WWE kicked you out of a live event for no reason just because you booed Cena? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Like, seriously. If you go far beyond the Call of Duty to boo Cena, I would not be surprised they will actually try to kick you out. Just like they actually take your signs and rip them up in your face, I wouldn't be surprised to try to kick you out if you're booing Cena. More than likely, it's going to be an adult. If you have a kid, you're a shoo-in. They're not going to let go of the kids. Did you know there were black and white Brazilians, even Asian Brazilians? There are all kinds of race in Brazil. Did you know? Yeah, I did. I've known for a while. And I think that that's pretty cool. I really do. Have you ever met a black or white Brazilian in your lifetime? Girls. I met more Brazilian girls than guys. I don't know why. For some reason, I guess where I was working at Universal, and I met more girls than guys. I don't know why. I just did. They were really nice. It would have been cool if I've never met a Brazilian man or a Brazilian I've never met a Brazilian man in person. I've only met Brazilian women or Brazilian girls. That's pretty much it. But yeah, really, really cool question, man. Really cool question. Next set of questions comes from Nintendo Fanboy 1988. What did you think when The Rock used to do the Rock concerts in '03 during his heel run and feuds with Austin and Goldberg? I was never a fan of The Rock when he was a heel, ever. Because it was pointless for The Rock to be a heel, just like it was pointless for it was pointless for Austin to be one. Because they were both anti-heroes. In my opinion, The Rock is not so much an anti-hero, but The Rock is just an arrogant heel. He's already a heel. But he's a heel that's really liked by the public. Seriously. There's nothing face about The Rock. There never was. The Rock's over-the-top ego is what makes him the heelish of heels. But he's a classy one. Actually, he has more flair than anything else. Seriously. Not like Ric Flair, of course. Not like that ain't your boy. But either or, he had a flair. He had a kind of appeal for him being a heel. So, honestly, I don't know. But him with the Rock concerts was absolutely ridiculous. Seriously, it was. And his over-the-top heel moments when he was literally a heel, I didn't like it at all because it just didn't fit his character. He wasn't really free to be The Rock. Like, The Rock was arrogant in your face, but he just did whatever he wanted to. So I guess you could probably say he was somewhat of an anti-hero, but either or, no, I didn't like him at all. I know it's a long, dragged-out answer, but pretty much it. I didn't like it at all. What did you think of his heel turn when he returned in '03? I didn't like it. I still don't like him as a heel like that. Should he be heel now? No. The Ross character was always, like I said before, the Ross character has always been a heel, but not that kind of cowardly, in your face, I'm going to beat you up, I'm better than you type of heel. Like he was like he was his own entity. And it's kind of difficult to explain his character, but his character wasn't the villainy heel that they tried to make him to be. His character was an arrogant one. And somehow it worked. He was an arrogant one, but he had standards. It's kind of difficult to explain. But the way the way the WWE tried to make him in that type of heel, like the whole villainous, cowardly kind of heel that they made him back then, just didn't work. So I didn't really like the heel turn at all. It made no sense to me. Who do you predict will win the 2015 Rumble? Reigns, by far. Roman Reigns. They're just shoving him down our throats right now. Dawson, his cousin, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I liked him when he was in the Shield. He was very appealing being in the Shield. He represented the Enforcer in the Shield, of course. But he really doesn't have much to him. Like, seriously. Goldberg was a beast. Back in the day, he was a beast, but he could not keep up with the other wrestlers. That's why he was kind of like sort of like a Ryback of his time, except Ryback is actually trained to keep up, and at the time, he just wasn't trained to be. As for Roman Reigns, I'm not saying that Roman Reigns is not trained in it, but Roman Reigns really does not have any moves to put you out. Not to mention that he's really overrated and he was overused until he got injured, but he's starting to become overrated. Seriously. There's nothing really amazing about Roman Reigns. Not enough to be like, oh my gosh. But his Superman punch, cool. His spear, used to death. But either or, there's really nothing that he can do to put you out. Nothing really devastating that he can put you out. But I will say that if it does happen, which I don't think it is, because I think The Rock actually did turn down the proposal to be at WrestleMania 31. I think it's going to be at 32. The only thing that would be interesting for Roman Reigns is that if Roman Reigns do win the Rumble, and I believe that he will, if he goes against his cousin, that's going to be awesome. Him against The Rock, that's the one thing that I want to see. Better than freaking Sting in any match. Seriously. But let's move on from there. I've already done enough videos on him. The next set of questions comes from Justin Side. What would RVD look like without his famous ponytail? RVD without a ponytail? Pretty much. What would Roman Reigns look like without his long hair, but Cena, well, with the Cena haircut? Oh, no. Roman Reigns will remind me of that drill sergeant guy that was on Beavis and Butthead. I can't remember his name, but I know he had a buzz cut, and he would look just like that guy, in my opinion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Sergeant of Beavis and Butthead. Maybe it'll pop up. But then you'll see what I'm talking about. It will kind of remind me of that guy. What are your thoughts on the New Day? I don't like the New Day. I don't. There is nothing that is appealing about the New Day. Seriously. The New Day... The messed up part about that group is that they're going against everything they stand for. The one thing that pissed them off the most was the fact that they literally had to be a stereotype in order to be noticed. And that was the one thing that they were promoting that they would not do. What did they do? They became a black stereotype with a gospel choir. Not to mention that you got Big E sounding like a preacher every time he walks down the ring. And then you got... I don't know what's up with Kofi. I think Kofi just have given up and he's just going with the flow just to get noticed and to get that money. And as for Xavier Woods, I don't know what to say about him either. The guy had a really red hot debut. He really, really did. And when he was teamed up with R-Truth, even better. But I wouldn't be surprised you got R-Truth joining him. Because R-Truth is doing his best to get noticed. And that ain't working either. And I wouldn't be surprised it's going to be with a New Day soon, which is going to be jacked up. It's going to be one big, huge, giant black stereotype. And I don't think I can take anymore, man. Seriously. I'm so sick of the ridiculous black stereotypes, and it's sad they have to do that in order to get noticed. What if Big E had made Mark Henry and R-Truth join New Day? Oh, good Lord. I hope not. I hope not. But I cannot imagine... I can imagine that happening. I can imagine R-Truth doing it first before Mark Henry, because Mark Henry now is a heel. But I can imagine if he ever goes face for him to join New Day. And I have a gut feeling they're gonna go through all stops for the stereotypes, man. Like, oh, just I wouldn't be surprised if they do some kind of ridiculous religious ceremony. I don't want to think about it. Seriously, I kind of move on from that because it's just pissing me off more. My final set of questions comes from Regional D Huff. Who out of the three would you like to rock the face of WrestleMania 31? Well, they actually said he refused WrestleMania 31, but I could be wrong. It could change his mind. Triple H, Rusev, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, by far. Him versus his cousin will be awesome to see. It will be a heck of a lot better than any match we've seen before with Triple H, and a lot better than that ridiculous Russian gimmick of Rusev. I want to see Roman Reigns fight his cousin at 31 if it happens, but The Rock turned it down. I hope he changes his mind. All I gotta say about that. Why did you think Sam and Kat got canceled? Because Ariana Grande was annoying and whiny diva and spoiled brat. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because Ariana Grande is starting to become a hot ticket. And I doubt she's going to have enough time to even do Sam and Cat. So I kind of had a feeling that it was going to disappear soon. Like a lot of shows in the air these days. Why do Ariana Grande and Jeanette McCurdy have beef and no longer friends? Yeah, I remember Sam. And Sam, yeah, I remember her from iCarly, which is one of my favorite shows. But honestly, I don't know. There were rumors behind the scenes that they actually did have a lot of beef. And they had issues and they were always fighting. And they said because Ariana and Jeanette McCurdy never got along. But I really don't know. That could, I mean, they probably, I don't know. I really don't know. If I was a fly on the wall and I heard everything was going on, I would have something to say, but I don't. So I really don't know. Why do people not like Ariana Grande? Mostly because of the rumors. The one thing I don't like about Ariana, and it's just for me personally, is that I don't understand the words she's saying. You need subtitles to understand her music. She has a great voice. Great voice. But she can't enunciate her words, and you don't know what she's saying when she sings. You literally have to have subtitles. Not to mention that she's really trying too hard to be sexy. Like, it's ridiculous how hard it is. I mean, it's ridiculous how hard she's trying to be sexy. Like, she either has to strip, or she has to shimmy shake, or she has to do something, some kind of ridiculous revealing wear to get noticed. That's how I really see it. And that's why I don't really care so much for her. But her music's not that bad. It's just, but that's my opinion of her overall. Do you think Ariana Grande is a diva and a brat because of her level of fame? Like I said many times before, I don't know. There's no proof in my face that shows that Ariana Grande is a diva. Like I said, she's trying too hard to be sexy, and you can't understand what she's saying, but that's all. That's pretty much, I'm just going by the facts. I really don't know. Why does Taylor Swift go throw, okay, I don't really know what that means. Why does Taylor Swift go, I guess, throughout so much breakups that is not a pleasant thing of dating her? I guess if you mean like, why does Taylor Swift go, I guess if she sings about her breakups. The thing is that now her biggest downfall romantically, in my opinion, is that she made herself way too open to her fans. Don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with having creative license when it comes to heartbreak. There's not, because a lot of musicians use their emotional pain to go, their emotional pain to put on paper to make music. That is their muse. Their muse is their pain or their pleasures or whatever makes them happy or sad. That's their muse. And you can kind of, if you're a musician, you can relate to that. But the biggest problem with her is that it's starting to become her trademark. And with all these guys, I know that, the thing is that nobody would really know who she's talking about if she didn't say it. Like, if she didn't mention who it was, and if nobody found out that she was talking about all these dudes, then it wouldn't have been a problem, because she did it in a very classy way. The only problem is that ended up being her trademark. People found out who she's talking about, and nobody, and guys want to have discretion. Like if they break up with you, they want to be over and they want discretion. Some guys may want over the top attention, but most guys just want discretion. And that unfortunately happens to be what her downfall is. She couldn't keep those things to herself. She had to say who she was singing about, which ended up being a problem. And it's going to probably be a problem with her down the line. I'm not going to say she won't meet anybody, but more than likely it's going to be somebody outside the biz. And honestly, I really do hope that she does. Because after all these heartbreaks, and even though this is making you money, it can create a bitter root in your heart. And it can make you a bit, it can change you. It can make you bitter towards new relationships or people or men in general. And I hope that won't be the case with her. I hope that one day she'll find that person that will make her happy and she will enjoy life and she'll be able to sing about more things different than her issues, whether or not it's dating, whether or not it's herself mentally or herself awkwardly, whatever. I'm hoping she's happy. I'm hoping she'll be happy. She'll be able to find somebody that she likes and cares about and wants to marry. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And that is my Q&A. Guys, thank you so much for sending me questions. If you have anything else to send me, by all means, send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at RKA30 #NatureGirlQ&A. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.